Hello and welcome to the Legalese Academy YouTube channel. For our lesson today, we're going to look at the top 5 essential legal English phrases that you can use in meetings with clients. And the purpose of this lesson, of this topic, is to help you to improve your communication for professional client interactions. So just to give you an overview of what we will look at in this video and what we will go into more detail in. First of all, we will look at the importance of clear communication in legal client meetings, so in meetings with clients and parties. And then we will take a look at 5 phrases that you can use. And I will put each of these phrases into context for you at each point, but we will just go over them very quickly now. So the first phrase is, could you please clarify your objectives? It's actually a question. Phrase 2, based on my understanding, the main issue is. Phrase 3, may I advise you on the following options? Phrase 4, should you wish to proceed, we will need to. And phrase 5, do you have any questions or concerns? So let's start with the importance of clear communication in client meetings or any legal setting, really. And so looking, I suppose, at the role of legal English in particular, very similar to business English, but obviously focusing on a legal context and the language of the law in a professional environment. So obviously the main thing with legal English, much like legal drafting and just legal language in general, is precision. So legal English requires accurate and clear language to ensure precise communication in legal contexts and documents. It's also about maintaining professionalism. So mastering legal English is a way for you to maintain that professionalism when you cross over from your native language to your second or your third language. And finally, it helps you to avoid misunderstandings. So if you can use correct legal terminology and correct legal idioms and phrases, it will prevent any miscommunication, also potential disputes in professional settings. So it's very important for you to be able to speak in English as you would in a legal setting in your own language and to have that same command of the language. It also helps with building trust and rapport with clients. So again, clear communication, using respectful language, and it also helps to convey confidence. So clients will feel confident in the guidance that you are giving them when they feel heard, when they feel understood, and when you can communicate with them at a very advanced level. So, taking a look at phrase 1, could you please clarify your objectives? So using clarifying questions effectively. So the reason you would do this is to prevent assumptions. So clarifying questions reduces misunderstandings by eliminating any assumptions that any party could make. It also helps you to gather accurate information. So effective questioning will help lawyers collect precise and relevant information from their clients. And again, all about avoiding miscommunication, much like the previous slide. So could you please clarify your objectives? Another way of saying that, could you please tell me, or could you explain what it is you are looking for? Now imagine if your lawyer said to you, what are you looking for? What do you want? Or even that, what do you want? That sounds quite almost aggressive. It's very blunt. It's very unprofessional. And it can make you as the speaker, as the lawyer, it can make you sound very incompetent if you're saying, well, what do you want? What are you asking me to do? It can almost sound like you don't know what to do. So it's very important to use more precise language and more professional language. So could you please clarify your objectives? Can you just give me some more information as to what it is you are hoping to achieve? And this obviously is encouraging detailed input from clients. So you want to get detailed client input to ensure a comprehensive understanding for better decision making and better strategy development. So you know, as the lawyer, as the person in charge, how you are going to structure your approach to solving their problem or to giving them advice when you know exactly what they're looking for. Um, yeah. So taking a look at phrase 2 then, based on my understanding, the main issue is. So this really is where you're going to be summarizing client concerns. So you imagine a client has come to you and they have given you an overview of what their legal problem is. This phrase is really going to be about affirming that active listening. So you're showing the client, I am listening to you, I understand you, we are on the same page. Okay, so you're restating the issue and it demonstrates that active listening and it fosters a very good relationship from the outset with your clients. Okay, and ensuring mutual understanding as well. So confirmation, it confirms that you understand what it is their problem is and what they're asking for. It helps to prevent any miscommunication as well. Okay, phrase 3. May I advise you on the following options? So again, something that you will notice in English when we use modal verbs like may, this type of structure, may I advise you, very different than I'm going to advise you or let me tell you. May I advise you, you're asking for permission to give advice. So it's all very polite, very professional. Okay. So again, looking at that clear communication. So presenting somebody's options clearly, ensuring that the client fully understands the choices available to them and the implications, the consequences of those choices. And that allows them to make an informed decision. So you don't want a client coming back to you in 6 months' time, 12 months' time, saying, you gave me the wrong advice. So phrases like that, may I advise you do this? May I advise you do that? You're actually asking for permission to give the advice in a very polite way. It also helps you to present alternative options. So, and thereby building transparency in communication. So clearly presenting alternatives, it does promote openness and it builds trust with your clients that you can say, it's not just one option you have this one or this one or this one. You know, may I advise you, you can do this or you can do this or the latter. And it also empowers your clients because you're providing multiple alternatives. You're giving them the choice to make an informed decision that they can be confident about. Phrase 4 then, should you wish to proceed, we will need to. So here we are looking at a conditional phrase. Okay, now I will have more videos going over advanced grammar, and conditionals will form a part of that. But just looking at it in the context of a collocation, should you wish to proceed, we will need to. So straight away, you're describing the next steps, the procedures that are to come. So it's a clear process outline. You're defining this is what's going to happen. Step 1, step 2, step 3. You're setting those expectations, and the client will understand their role and responsibility as well once it's explained clearly. And as I already mentioned, you're setting expectations for further action, and that will help you to reduce uncertainty. The client isn't going to be wondering what's happening next or what stage is my case at. They know exactly where they are, and it will ensure smooth progressions as their case or their legal matter progresses. And finally, then, phrase 5. Do you have any questions or concerns? So this one is fairly self-explanatory. You're basically, again, you're encouraging that engagement with the client, and you're showing that you are very open to questions. So you're inviting questions, usually at the end of a meeting, and it shows that willingness to engage and to support clients and to foster trust and transparency. So you're trying to build that relationship with them all the time. And ultimately, if you do that, you're looking at improving client satisfaction. The last thing that you want, and I know this from working in legal practice, the last thing that you want is a client leaving your office and going home and talking to their friends or their spouse and saying, I don't know where we are. He was talking so fast, she was talking so fast, and I didn't get to ask any questions, and I was afraid to interrupt or to ask questions. That's the last thing that you want. So giving that time to say, do you have any questions? Is there anything I can help you with or clarify right at the end? It's opening up that path for communication. So addressing queries and ensuring clarity, then when you do that, you're able to give a response to their concerns very, very quickly, which will build confidence, their confidence in you, and your confidence in them also to be open and to be transparent. And again, avoiding misunderstandings. Clear communication is all about avoiding misunderstandings, and these phrases will very much help with that. So in conclusion then, the three things that we have looked at. So enhancing client communication. So using essential legal English phrases and collocations will improve clarity and understanding in interactions with clients. It will also help to build client trust because the use of clear professional language will foster trust and confidence between clients and their lawyers. And finally, achieving successful outcomes. So again, effective communication contributes to favorable legal results and client satisfaction. Sometimes you're not able to get the result that a client wants, but if they know that you did your best and they know that you understood them exactly and you took their instructions and you acted on them, a lot of times that's the most you can do. Be sure to check out our next video where we will be discussing some phrases that you can use in emails. So instead of 5 phrases that you can use in meetings, we will take a look at the best 10 phrases to use in your emails. See you then.